welcome to Mixed Monday, guys. Monday, another mixed people topic, racial topic. You know, I always talk about some topics. And I thought it'd be cool to have someone else other than me talk about this for once, because I'm a little tired of hearing my own perspective. So I brought in the lovely. You're supposed to say your name.
Oh. Let's do it again.
I brought in the lovely
Lady Bloom, y'all.
Yes, she is new on YouTube, so make sure you go subscribe to her because it's gonna be linked down below, and I'm gonna be over there on that channel too. So what do we want to start with? I don't even know what I'm gonna title this yet. Talk about this hair first, this girl.
What had happened was basically I was at work. This lady came in with her family. It's a nice little, white family. And, they're sitting down and I'm like, hey guys, good morning, I'll be your server. Can I get you guys started with some drinks? He's like, oh my gosh, your hair is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love your hair. Like, I just love your hair. I'm like, thank you. He's like, is it all natural?
Well,
yeah, it's all natural. Like, okay, maybe she's like, hit to game. Like, maybe she knows about like how people wear afros. I don't know, or like so afros. So I'm like, yeah, it is. It's natural. And then she's like, is it comfy when you sleep on it?
it's funny every time you answer me because that like wouldn't be a question I would think to ask somebody, like, no matter what. It's just like, how did your brain go that way? How?
And in my mind, I'm like, okay, is your hair comfortable when you sleep on it?
Yeah, like, no, actually.
Like, and I get a lot of that at this job just because I get more of a diverse crowd. But like, even my coworkers, like, oh my gosh, your hair, can I touch it? Bitch, no. Like, did you wash your hands?
Oh
like, who are you? You don't even know me. I just started working here. No hard feelings or anything. Like, because I could tell that this lady had really good intentions.
Yeah.
And so do my coworkers. But like, how do you? I don't know. I'm not very well versed in like how to correct people without sounding offensive, because for some reason people just, I don't know. Like, I think that's just one of those topics that you just are offended by the fact that like,
there's like no way.
Like, I don't know.
Well, it's just like certain
excuse me, ma'am.
Things I think like people were raised, like she wasn't raised around that, so she doesn't know like what to say about it. I think like, I don't know. It's just like,
no. It just seems like that's just.
But yeah, why would you? Why would you ever go there?
Like, has anyone asked her that?
Yeah,
I'm sure nobody in her life has been like, hey, hey Claire, is your hair comfortable when you sleep on it?
Just making sure. I'm just so happy to have her on this show right now. That's all I'm thinking.
We've been talking about this for years.
For so
like, oh my gosh.
She said a really good line before we started filming, and I don't remember what it was.
No, I was just saying, like, at some point in everybody's life, you have to figure out the balance between your upbringing and all the things that were put into you, and then you have to make the choice, to be who you are at some point. So it's just the balance between those two things. Like, this is how I was raised, this is what I saw, this is what my parents put into me, this is what my family put into me, my environment. And then at some point you hit a wall and you're like, oh, well, I don't really agree with this. I don't like
you
with
become
that.
your own person and like
exactly.
acknowledge who you are.
You have to choose, like, am I going to stay true to myself? Am I going to do the things that I feel are right to me?
Yeah.
Or are you going to like live for other people?
Because like we were talking about white girls that are into black guys and their parents don't necessarily approve.
Yes.
Which is a very common thing. Or they were like raised around like white parents that are just racist. Flat out. Just straight up. And it's just like funny how usually like when they're raised around that, they gravitate towards that. I don't know, that's not all the time, because there are still like racist girls out here. That's still a thing. But a lot of times
race is one that fetishize like black people or culture or whatever. Yeah.
Because I know a lot of girls like that. They'll be like, oh my god, I was with a black guy the other day, and they'll always like whisper it to me. I'm like, why is this so like?
Why is this a secret?
Like even with the guy, like I don't get it. Like,
and he was black.
What's the big deal?
Everybody was.
They're like, oh my god, if my mom knew, and I'm just like, this is just a weird.
Like, it's just like a weird. Like, it's a weird fantasy. Like,
like you're gonna like rebelling
and disrespect my parents.
Yeah,
by being around blackness.
I think some people don't even like. I just like black people. This is
hard
hard because my mom doesn't, but I do.
Yeah, like my friend Bree, and that's when we started talking about Bree, who, we had classes together. We were both English majors in college. Wrote a short story about how her parents weren't in approval of like really like her only friend at school, who is this black girl, which is terrible.
Yeah,
and like she was excited to ask her parents to allow her to spend the night, and her parents were like, no, like we don't do that. You know, we'll have to wash the sheets type stuff. You know what I mean? Like for the life of her, she just could not understand. She's like, well, is like why? Like, is it because like I mean I'll clean my room, like you know, I'll do my chores, I'll do everything. Like I'll clean your room, like just let her come over because like you know, friends.
That's your friend. Like you don't even think about it. That's the thing too. Like growing up for me, like because I'm so fair skinned, I just clicked with people of color because that's what I was raised around. I didn't even think about it though. I wasn't like,
well, my mom's black,
yeah,
and my brother is black,
so I'm gonna hang out with black people. It wasn't like that.
Nah.
Just like who you like. But anyway, sorry.
But yeah, like, and she, you know, she and I were kind of close because like we had always talked in class. Classes were so small. Like, come on, y'all, be English majors because we're not gonna have classes. But really,
English majors
like,
comment down below.
It would literally be like 10 and 12 people in class and our teacher. And I invited her to a jam session, like with me and my friends. Anyways,
I'm about to get to the point.
Oh gosh. So she's hanging out, and then she came back and wrote another story. It was actually a revision of the first one. And she was talking about how that was one of the best nights of her life, and she's never been around that many black people at one time.
That's crazy.
But, you know, her expectation of it was like so much different than the outcome. And that was like the takeaway. And she wasn't uncomfortable. She said she felt safer in that room than she has in like, you know, at other parties.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So again, like she made the choice to take her own path and continue to be friends with, you know, people who don't look like her.
Oh, I was gonna say, I hang out with a little bit of everybody, and like I'll be hanging out with like a white friend, and then I feel like that sounds weird, I don't want to say it like that, but that's the only way y'all know what I'm talking about. And like I've kind of talked about this before in some other videos, but they'll like kind of forget that I'm mixed. We'll maybe go to like a gathering or a party and there'll be like a lot of black people around, and then they'll like want to like group with me, like separate themselves from the black people, and I'm like, nah, black people, what's up? You know, like I'm just like with everybody. I'm like, hey fam. It's like kind of weird because I feel like my white friends will be like watching me like interact with black people. Like they're not like involved, they're like watching.
They're like, ooh, she's doing that thing.
Yeah, she's like the black sider is coming out here.
She's like, ooh, she's a black now.
So I guess it's kind of awkward because I'm like trying to get them involved, but like they're kind of uncomfortable, and it's just like I'm in the middle, like, all right, well, every man for themselves. I'm having a good time. So we have a lot more to discuss. Honestly, like the next time we have a good conversation, I'm gonna just turn the camera on.
Yeah, like
because our conversations are just great. We see her face some more in some other videos. They won't always be Mixed Mondays. We can talk about some other things, some relationships.
Yeah,
we got a little advice.
We got a little relational finance.
We talk with our hands a lot. Anyway, comment down below any like thoughts, opinions, or suggestions for us to do together. If you make sure you subscribe to her channel though, for real, for real, for real.
Lady Bloom.
For real,
Peeps.
for real.
Lady Bloom.
For real. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.
Bye guys.